Neatly penned note. Professor Bram Kenrick, the requested supplies have been sent to your current location from the university, including additional ink, books on Amerindian, and the 3 Divine Age buckles for the purpose of comparison. And yes, upon your return, you may say I told you so in regards to my saying your collection was useless. Everything should arrive shortly after you. Of course, roads still aren't what they were. Also, I fed that fish, but I'm not talking to it for you. Professor Chevelle Laurent, University of Relay. Okay. It's just taking a while to load. Boop. A baffle note. A note affixed to a book entitled Sur Lothier, Beignet Duret Victorian Dominion. Lord Harding, I can use the opinion of an expert. Though impressive, the victory outlined on the marked page could not have been achieved as stated. From Kenrick. Sure it could if you had enough apples. It's Harding. Yeah, if you have enough apples, you can do it. That sounds like Harding. A letter to Harding. My darling Lace, I hope this letter finds you healthy and happy. Last week I managed to barter for maps of Ferelden or Lay from Huggen, the old soldier who rents the place on Mistress Johann's farm. You remember him, don't you? Joanne. That was probably supposed to be Joanne, actually. Quiet man, always smoking a pipe in his chair on the porch. He wasn't using the maps anymore, so I gave him some of my jam and patched his coat in exchange for them. Now, whenever you tell me of your travels, I'll be able to track where you've been. I'm astounded, my darling, when I look at the weave of dotted trails I've already marked out on my maps. All the places your feet have touched. How far you've gone, my little Ace. I am so proud of you. When I was your age, I only ever gone as far as Luthering. My mother never left Redcliffe. She lived and died there, and now here you are, flying so far with so much purpose. My mind can barely comprehend it, but my heart swells. I shan't take up too much of your time. I know how busy you are, and I'm looking at the prospect on the map as I write this, because I know you will likely be at your skyhold. Please make sure to dress warmly. I've included the recipe for your favorite turnip goat stew. A taste of home to stave off the cold mountain airs. Kisses and hugs from me and your father, mother. Okay, yep, now we can go upstairs. Hamley's doing weird things. That just looks like a book. Properly Colette. Pages of neatly written and painstakingly detailed notes filled a well-worn journal. The notes break midway through for the list. Expedition to Prospect Basin. Preparations. Prepare finding Amarinian. Complete. Review notes of appropriate excavation methods. Complete. Practice categorization of minute material artifacts. Complete. Read book on Prospect Basin. Complete. Practice camping. Complete. Note. Bring a pillow. Yup. I've been there when I've gone camping and forgot a pillow. It sucks. Reread an Antimon of various terrible beasts. Complete. Learn defense. Cannot find willing instructor. Ask brothers for fencing defense lessons. Bad idea. Read book on survival and defense. Complete. Bring towels. Packed. Few idle swirls fall along with a tiny sketch of an elf defending a stack of papers from various terrible beasts. The caption reads field work. Okay. What am I doing up here? Inquisitor Amarinian. What is known about Inquisitor Amarinian would barely fill a page. He was a friend of Emperor Dragon. He was an Inquisitor when the Seekers of Truth folded themselves into a chantry as part of the Navarran Accord, the order serving as a precursor to the Order of Templars and the Circle of Magi. Shortly after the accord was signed between 122 and 124 Divine, Amarinian left his position and departed, never to be seen again. These facts alone are undisputed. Everything else is uncorroborated hearsay, broad speculation, or salacious rumor-mongering. Arminian did not willingly cede power. Draken forced the Seeker of Truth to disband upon pain of death, then remove the Inquisitor rather than suffer a rebellion in the new Chantry ranks. Arminian was forced to retire due to the still young Chantry's restrictions requiring celibacy, as he was involved in a relationship with a mysterious lady mage that the Chantry erased from history. Arminian was a rowdy noble who cared more for raucous entertainment than for the Seekers. He held the position only because Draken wanted a loyal friend commanding the order. When the Seeker became part of the Chantry, Arminian was free to retire to a life of hunting dragons and wenching. Any of these stories may be true, and without more evidence, we have little hope of ever reaching a Whoa, how did I misread clear? Determination, nonetheless. I would offer a few notes that are often overlooked as scholars delve so deeply into their own historical specialties as to lose key context. Firstly, Emperor Draken, rightly acknowledged as the man who molded the chantry into organization it is today, was a pious man committed to spreading the chant of light and creating a world where magic and men were governed by Drostian principles. All sources agree that Amarinian was a close friend of Draken, and while it is certainly possible that Amarinian was more pragmatic than pious, it is highly unlikely that Draken would have befriended a figure who was actively opposed to the chantry, much less tolerate such a man holding a position of power in the growing Elysian Empire. Secondly, Inquisitor Armorini was universally claimed as powerful combatant regardless of his supposed faith or lack thereof. Rumor mongers suggesting Armorini was exiled asked us to believe that the Emperor Draken could see no use for powerful warriors with years of command experience, given that the Second Blight had been a factor relation in life for more than 15 years at the time of Armenian's disappearance. Darkspawn pouring from the Anderfells in northern Relay in their growing numbers, it is frankly absurd to suggest Draken would casually dispose of such a military asset. Without further evidence, we may never know more about Armenian's departure. Nonetheless, I hope that we may eschew the currently popular cynicism, at least when obvious evidence against it is presented, to see that his disappearance must have had some other cause. From Finding Armenian by Professor Bram Kenrick, Starkhaven University Press. I was not expecting that book to be so long. Oh, geez, I did not even see you there. It's like, what's the quest then? What do you got for me? Upgrade some of these, I guess. Burns harder and a shorter cooldown time, allowing you to rain fire upon your enemies more often. No longer has a cooldown by casting multiple times in succession, costs additional mana. Sure. Victorian. What level am I? I'm 24. Okay. Cassandra. Spell Purge now deals massive area damage when dispelling barriers and other beneficial effects on enemies. All of the Templar's abilities now affect magic using enemies as well as demons. Let's do that. Varric. You can now throw only one element of mine at a time to significantly greater effect. Each throw changes the elements of the next mine. It's now or never. Use every ounce of stamina you got to litter the battlefield with traps. The more stamina you use, the more traps you throw. 1 for every 5 stamina. Spike Trap creates an even larger detonation. Spike Trap leaves your enemies bleeding for several seconds. Okay, so I guess I'm talking to you, mate. Here you go. Try a quick save.
Scout Harding has an impressive team. Her people brought back a number of artifacts.
Harding's a good scout.
If you need something tracked, Scout Harding is your woman.
If only it were that easy. After 800 years, we can't just look for tracks. Barring enchantment, cloth and leather will have long since rotted away. Only metal and stone remain recognizable. Complicating this are recent pieces the Avar left behind, and of course ancient pieces dating back to Tevinter. Fortunately, thanks to some period-specific buckling, I've been able to track our last Inquisitor.
What's this about Tevinter?
You said there were pieces dating back to Tevinter.
Yes, while it's rare to see Tevinter ruins so far south, the Imperium once had an outpost of some sort here. They might have built it as a ritual site. I'm not sure what military value it could have. In any event, it's muddled up the research slightly, but I've accounted for it.
Here is specific buckling.
You lost me at buckling.
You'd think that a buckle was a buckle, but ever since people started belting on weapons, they've been adding bits. One piece here has a dragon engraving. With the alloys of the metals used, it's clearly Tevinter, while this one uses a clasp that wasn't invented until the dawn of the Elysian Empire. And when it comes to historical research, you might say we have to buckle down.
Yeah, you're a historian. Tell me what you found.
What do you have, Professor?
Everything so far points to the shore not far to the south. There was some sort of battle near the shoreline. They were in a hurry. The scouts reported an island near an Avar fishing camp, but the Avar won't say much about it.
Okay. There was a battle.
What makes you think the last Inquisitor was fighting?
There's a clasp here common to armorlings. It's clearly torn. That only happens from a heavy shearing blow, like large claws or an axe. Then there's the dagger. Silverite, with a stylized dragon pommel and an inscription reading Cordilis. That dagger had to be a gift from Cordilis Dracon, first Emperor of Orlais. No one would just lose such a thing.
Tell me of the fishing camp.
What can you tell me about the Avar fishing camp?
Not much. It's the friendly Avar, not these jaws of Hakon barbarians. According to the scouts, they wouldn't say much about the area. Likely a local superstition.
I'll investigate the island.
I'll find a way to that island and see if there's anything useful there.
Excellent. I'll continue to study what's been found. With luck, we'll both find some answers. Also, one of my research assistants, Colette, was investigating an old structure to the north. I'm not certain it's related to our investigation, but it couldn't hurt to check with her.
Okay. What's the next closest? Phaedra? Yep, okay. Pretty bird. Okay. Up here, I'm guessing? Okay. You guys are just standing there, right? Jeez, that bird is creepy. Basin floor. Oh, look at that water. Just kind of seeing if there's anything over here. So far, there doesn't seem to be any quests. Very pretty. Oh, it's a lake. Okay. Okay, I'm getting sidetracked. Although I kind of want to see. I'm assuming this is say go to the... You leave and you go into another... Yeah. Yeah, so assuming that's a world map thing. Okay. So can't go that way. Did I level up? I don't remember. Yeah, I did. Oh. I missed that. Mark of Death lasts even longer, but can no longer be manually triggered only for bonus damage. Mark of Nerf does less damage when it expires, but much more if you detonate it early. Mark of Death lasts even longer, but can only... Yeah, okay. Yeah, I don't feel like doing that either. Enemies hit by full draw are immobilized. Enemies hit by full draw are knocked back briefly unconscious by the power of your shot. Sure. Okay. Nothing to loot for my own camp. Fair enough. Do I need these? What is this? Everite? Don't know. Let's go up. Mushrooms are huge. I was not expecting that. Okay, there's the fade. I cannot take advantage of this being right here. I'm gonna be real sad. There we go. Oof. Come on. I'm not. You're... Come on, you're fine. It's actually not a good spot for me to be in. First of all. Spider being right there is effectively useless. Oh, you're still alive. Okay. Oh. Ah, another one you, eh? Come on. Can I poison you? Does that work? No, no. Get off of me. Come on. Oof. That's too much surrounding me. Do not like. Do not like. Ooh. You guys, like, I know it's been a while since I've done combat, but wow, okay. There we go. It's right behind me, isn't it? Okay, maybe it's distracted a bit. No. Oh? Get you out of the way. This weird spider thing. Okay, now that's gone. I just got you. Oh, there's two of you. Great. Lovely. Come on. Jeez, okay. Abrupt rift. Okay. Come on, please die. I hate you. Oh, still you over there too? Okay, there we go. Okay. Oof. That was interesting. Wouldn't mind getting more XP between once we go and do Before the Dawn. Get some XP from that, level up a couple times. So apparently that could be useful.